Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. This reading is kind of a follow-on from my last reading about spiritual arrests. You might have seen that reading. And if that reading resonated with you, then this one may as well. Now obviously in that reading we were looking at the enemy, the dark forces that were coming through and what might have been going on around you. And some channeled information came through to me after that reading that I'd like to share with you all. So the message was, your enemies will be revealed to you before they are removed. Now when I say removed, I mean from your life, from your area, or maybe from this realm. And obviously that's up to the divine to decide. But Judgment Day is coming for a lot of those enemies. And it's come for some already. I've had confirmation of this. This is how I kind of know that this has been happening, because some of my enemies have been revealed to me, and when I say that I mean I've seen them, and then afterwards I've had a download, they've been arrested. So that might happen to you. You might suddenly start seeing a person, like either physically or in a vision, in a dream. You might keep bumping into someone when you're out. And it's like they're being guided to you so that you see them. The divine wants you to see them before they're removed, because otherwise it would be an injustice. You know, I was asking Spirit why. It would kind of be an injustice, wouldn't it, if they're just removed and that's it. So it's like God, the divine, wants you to know that things are happening behind the scenes. Now, I feel some have taken a final stand recently as well and done something to some of you, sent something out your way. You'll know if that's the case. You know, you might have been poorly, you might have been very heavy in your energy, had headaches, thoughts coming to you that aren't yours, you know, that's been sent your way, potentially. So if any of that has happened, then this reading could be for you. It won't be for everyone, won't resonate with everyone. So, you know, obviously this is general. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Now I've pulled out my homemade deck again, and when I shuffled the cards and it stopped on this one, and I thought this was relevant. They want to silence you. It really resonates because obviously a lot of us light workers, myself included, are here to share the word, share our light, help others to awaken and ascend. And so those negative, dark energies don't want that. They want to silence us. You might have been on the receiving end of something, as I said, that sort of made you feel you can't speak out in whatever way that is. But I feel this has intensified recently. This is why it's coming through in my readings, because we're ascending. This spiritual battle has been going on for a long time, behind the scenes, you know, but people are becoming more aware of what's going on, as I am as well. And as we're ascending, we're finding more courage, strength to speak our truth, to stand up to those energies as well. So that seems to be sort of like a big message, let's say, for this reading. Let's see anything else now in terms of sort of why. Yeah, doesn't take accountability for actions. Sounds like a narcissist to me, because they'll never apologise, never own up to what they've done, leaving you feeling like you've done something wrong. You know, they'll come back to you as if nothing's happened, basically. So there might be someone like that in your life. You might want to reflect on that, you know, if you want those people around you. See, it's your choice. So no conscience in terms of what they're doing, but you got your wings. Yeah, a lot of you watching, as I said, I feel are light workers. You've ascended with wings, yeah. So that really, really does link. You might even sometimes get like a sort of itchy type feeling around your shoulder blades. So it's like spiritually your wings are sprouting. You're an earth angel. Yeah, they made you feel guilty. There you go, so that's those energies there again. But they talk behind your back. I think that came out in the last reading. I said about, and a couple of readings back, people that gossip. Now, believe it or not, that can also be a form of cursing and witchcraft. You know, people who have ill intentions, they speak badly of others, they throw that out and it comes your way, potentially. While I'm on the subject of witchcraft, I just wanted to mention, in my last reading I said witches, because that came through in my channeling. And I think someone in the comments got a bit triggered by the word witch. It's understandable, because I just wanted to go into a bit more detail. Anyone who does witchcraft is a witch, plain and simple. So that's why witch came through, because some of these people are not doing, let's say, spells, you know, they're just talking behind your back, but that is still having an effect on, you know, some people, light workers out there. However, some are intentionally doing spells, black magic, curses, hexes, you know, all of that. So they are, I guess we could call them like dark witches, you know. I understand not all are bad. I'm not saying that. We've got white witches, so to speak, good witches, you know, and those that operate with the dark, you know, dark spirits. So that's all I mean. I mean, change the label if you wish. I mean, you could say the same for, like in tarot, for example, we've got the Magician card. And there are many meanings to that card, but one can signify someone who practices dark arts. So again, that would be, you know, like a dark magician. But obviously we've also got magicians who do it for entertainment purposes, and there are no bad intentions from those magicians. So that's what I mean, you know, there's a dark and light to everything when we use these words. So I hope that sort of clarifies. But I certainly have proof myself that this goes on behind closed doors. I've seen some things that, because of my gifts, I know what they are. When I say that, I mean physical objects that have been placed in certain areas around me and around other places, and I know who has left that and what the energy is around that item. So just be mindful of that as well. Okay, so overgives has come out here. So this, it seems, is some of you watching. You might have overgiven to some of those energies and they've taken advantage of your kindness. I really feel. It's time to stand your ground, I'm hearing. Now this is those energies. We've got childish. They're scared of losing you. Okay, so yeah, very immature energies. They haven't evolved. They're spiritually stagnant. They could act out in childish ways, tantrums, so again, narcissists coming through. And this, I feel, is you. You pulled yourself out of a dark place. Yeah, you might have been through a dark night of the soul. This might have been very difficult for some of you. some of these energies you've actually dealt with face to face. Some of you might have found it very difficult to break away from some of these karmic energies. Some of you have, and you've got your wings, like we had there. So I think for some of you it was about learning spiritual lessons, maybe where you've overgiven, people pleased, and realising it was time to take back control of your life and speak out. So maybe they were trying to silence you, as we had before. But they're scared of losing you, so they might do, like hoovering, which is what narcissists do. They'll come back. They won't take accountability for what they've done, but they'll hoover, maybe give you a gift or something and try and just patch things up, and you take them back. So I've got some cards here, you might have noticed, oracle cards I was guided to use for this reading. I haven't used these for ages. I was guided to use them just to see what we get as messages from these cards. This is Wisdom of the Oracle. Wow, everyone. Okay, now that's interesting because we got Clean It Up. And I believe that came out in my predictions, global predictions reading recently. Clean Up was a different deck and it said the same thing. So you see, this is what's happening. Collectively, as I said, behind the scenes, there's a clean-up happening of those dark energies. So not only of our world, but those dark energies, they're being removed. I feel. It's interesting because it rained here last night and it's been so sunny recently, but I just felt it cleansed the energy of the earth. That can sometimes be the meaning. We got Truth Be Told. So there you go, that's kind of linking, isn't it? The truth will be told. Those enemies will be revealed. The mask there coming off. You see, so things being revealed, the truth coming to light. This is not only globally, like at a larger scale, let's say, but also around you. There's a clean-up happening. There's arrests happening. Physical arrests and spiritual arrests. The truth may come out about some of those energies as well. It could be quite shocking, I feel. What I'm also getting with Truth Be Told is that some of those negative energies, let's call them, that talk behind your back, might have said things about you that were untrue. I'm getting emotions, I'm channeling now. Some of you might have been quite upset about this. You might have heard something, maybe a rumour. You might have felt people talking about you behind your back. Just ignore them. Do your own thing. But with Truth Be Told, I feel the truth will come out about those energies and people will see that they were wrong as well. I've also got feminine energy with yin coming out here in particular. The curtain, I'm just seeing that as like the curtain being removed, so again the truth being revealed. I've just pulled out the guidebook for this one. I don't always, but I just thought, what else is there to say on this? And it says, this is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. Yeah, you see? So, karma, you will receive what's meant for you, and so will those dark energies as well. So just watch and wait. With this cleanup, I feel that's part of it. Like anything that's been done to you, as I said, will be cleaned up. You know, any blocks put in your way, things said about you, put out there online about you, I'm also hearing. That's all changing now. And the bottom of the deck, a change in the wind. There we go, that's what I'm feeling. Definitely. You might feel it as well with the shift. Things suddenly change for you. There's a tower there. So tower moments happening for people, which can be negative, can be positive. Things that weren't built on solid ground will crumble. Wow, I just got a fright there. It was just a box from the cards that fell. Now, that was Spirit talking to us. Clearly, as I said that, so things crumbling and the box fell. Okay, let's pull a bit of tarot now just to sort of clarify these cards. Yeah, first card out, and okay, the bottom of the deck, the tower. There you go, just as I mentioned that. So the tower is happening behind the scenes, justice, yeah. There you go, and the chariot is happening quickly. Justice, things will be balanced. We've got the scales there that are balanced. Karma. It's like there's been, because justice can be about the legal system. Something else that came through to me is spirit, like spiritual courts, let's say, spiritual council, have decided the karma of those energies, and it will be a tower for a lot of them. Things will crumble as they know it. But you know, also good karma, things flowing for you, light workers who are meant to receive. So the first card, the Seven of Swords, is lies, deception, backstabbing. With truth be told, that's going to come to light. These energies that have done deceptive things behind your back and out there in the world, this is like other energies as well. Court cases as well. There's going to be a big court case at the end of this year. I said that in my global predictions. Someone who was doing a lot of evil deeds. There's quite a few people have been doing that, but there's one in particular. It did come out in that reading. I said it's someone who's been manipulating the health system. I feel their initial was B, so that's coming out on a larger scale. The truth's coming out about things that have been done to the collective. And things are being cleaned up. So we got feminine energy again there with the Empress. That's interesting. Receiving, very receptive energy, nurturing energy. I often get Mother Nature with this one, with clean up, so our world being cleaned up. It's also about abundance coming to those who deserve it, those who are in that Empress status. No gender, by the way. So we're really getting karma coming out in this reading. And we got the wounded warrior, yeah, for yin there. So a lot of you, as I said before, might have been wounded by what's been happening behind the scenes, by these untruths. So whether it's been emotional, physical, you might have been ill, injured, felt you've been brought down. But I'm just getting healing with the clean up there coming through. You're still standing. So just remember that. I'm also getting that some of those dark energies wonder how you're still standing. Because they've been putting out some pretty dark stuff to some people. As I said about karma, that's going to be their karma. So that's what I mean about some leaving this realm. Karma is just what you put out there coming back at you. It's energy. So they're fools to do that stuff. But I know that some have been doing that. So any other messages for the collective? The Hermit is a lot of you. You might be alone, you might have isolated from a lot of those energies. And when you do that, that's when you get clarity and insight, downloads, like I do, that I share with you all. You might want to meditate, but that's your guidance for some of you, sort of pull away from any energies like that, because they infect you spiritually as well. You might find you don't want to be around energies, and that's why, because your energy gets infected, let's say, energetically. You might even, with the Hermit, see if you go within, you might even pick up on things that are coming your way, this deception. Things that have been said, done, you might hear things, if you're clairaudient, you might hear things or just feel something that's going on. Be mindful, look for signs. Ask for signs. I'm just hearing ask and ye shall receive. Yeah, now the Wheel of Fortune, we're getting a lot of major arcana, which is showing a major shift is happening right now. I really feel that. This is about karma again, which keeps coming out. We've got the Sword of Truth there, the truth coming out. Things being revealed. Also what's destined will never pass you by and will come to you. This is about good fortune, good luck as well. So it's like you will be rewarded by the divine. I feel you might have sort of big changes suddenly happen during this clean-up, because some light workers, I feel quite a lot actually, have been blocked in many ways because of what's been going on energetically. But that's now balancing out. So the Wounded Warrior. Okay, wow, I didn't realise there's another card under there. You might have been through a lot of pain, heartache, sorrow, even been wounded, ill. Sometimes, again, trust your intuition. If suddenly you feel brought down in your energy or you're physically ill, that could have been sent your way. So I'm getting a lot of healing coming through here for some of you. You've been through so much, but you're still standing. And for some of you, you're single. You You're going to be abundant, by the way. That keeps coming out. You might have broken away from the matrix. You might work for yourself, or that could be what you want to do. And the Fool is about starting a new chapter. So we've had a lot of major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, new chapter. With this change in the wind that we had before. Things are shifting. There's balance being brought to us all, I feel. Yeah, victory. There we go. Behind the scenes, victory for a lot of you. And people moving on. Either from this realm, or you might see people move on. You might move on. I feel for some of you, you're being guided to do that. If you move on in your spiritual path, you will be rewarded with material success. Some of you need to make a decision here, but again, that's your choice, obviously. But I'm just being guided to share that. I'm just sort of giggling here because Spirit's reminded me of this card, the Fool. When I was doing my own sort of reading yesterday, just about these energies and what they've been doing, this card came out, and I was thinking to myself, they've been fools, and then this card came out. So the dark energies, that is, things they've been doing, it's been very foolish, basically, to dabble in dark arts in particular. You're setting yourself up for disaster. Because we have universal law, as I said about justice. So they'll get what's coming to them, basically. So I'm going to pull some spiritual guidance cards for you all. Yeah, so we got Layla, an archangel. It says communicate with the spirit world. There we go. And notice how she's got her hands over her heart, protecting herself. And it's kind of reminding me of the Hermit. So what I said before about going within, you'll receive more clarity, downloads from spirit. You might see a lot of birds as a sign of change. Feathers. As I said, look out for signs. But yeah, for some of you, your intuitive gifts might be really enhanced at this time. So trust that. Wow, it's beautiful, everyone. Message from heaven, your loved ones surround you. And there's an angel there saying, watching over you at all times, sending you feathers. You might see sparkles of light, like in this card. I know I see them. Sometimes it's like this flash of light. I saw it a lot recently, actually. And then you look and there's nothing there. So I always know that there's a loved one around. You are loved, you are supported, you are protected. We got self-appreciation as guidance. Love yourself more. Yeah, put yourself first. For a lot of you have been people pleasers. Make sure you do what you want to do. Basically, you have choice. Sorry, I've just got a bit distracted there because I noticed this card is 9, the number of the Hermit. So that one's really standing out for a lot of you as guidance. To communicate with the spirit world. We'll take one more of these. Okay, notice the feathers. I was saying before, you might see feathers. Definitely getting that. It says fertility, birthing, dreams. Now that's really linking with the Empress that came out before, which can speak of fertility and abundance, and the yin. So for a lot of you, also with the Fool, that could be what you're doing. You're birthing dreams. You're starting afresh. Or that may be to come for you. You might just have this fresh start. Put yourself first. This is about working for yourself that came out before. But this is also our world. You know, it's healing energetically. I really feel that. Okay, I've just been guided to go and get another deck. This is the Enchanted Earth Oracle. It's my favourite oracle deck, actually. Beautiful images. So what else do we need to share with the collective? I hope you've enjoyed these messages. Okay, it says enough. I'm just noticing self-love. At the bottom there we had self-appreciation. So that's really coming through. It says appreciated. You are appreciated. Make sure you know that. But it comes from within first. Appreciate yourself. Show yourself love and be patient with the changes. There's a bird there. Again, as a sign. With the fox, I'm just picking up on those cunning energies, you know, that dark energies, you know, that may have made you feel like you weren't enough. And you might have listened to that, you might have absorbed that message. It's time to change the narrative, I'm hearing. Know that you are enough, you are appreciated. Put yourself first, show yourself love in different ways. Wow, now these two came out in the last reading. You might have seen that. Fertile, first of all, we've had that message a lot. Yeah. With this card, it says fertility. Fertile, we had the Empress, which has that same meaning. So abundance will flow into your life. This is also our earth, you know, that will be fertile. It's changing, the butterflies. And some of you may have a new adventure, new experiences. Stay in the present moment though, stay grounded. Don't fly too much into the future or the past. That's what I'm getting. You might have some memories come to the surface that need to be healed. That could be where you need to show yourself self-love if it triggers. Okay, so that clearly wants to come through from Spirit to get those cards again. I'm just picking up on this new adventure with that card that a lot of you will have with birthing dreams down here as well. Okay, anything else? And we got mirrors. That's interesting. So I'm getting like shadow work, looking in the mirror for some of you. having understanding, compassion towards yourself and others as well. So I'm getting like other people that could have been your mirror, showing you, like those energies that I mentioned that might be in your life or might have been, like a narcissist. They are a mirror showing you where you overgive, people please, that kind of thing. And it's when you see it that you understand and you can have empathy for yourself. So we got a fox again, number 9. It's interesting how many times we've had 9. That's about coming to an end of a chapter, first of all. It says fidelity, faithfulness, relationships, reassurance. Yes, I have faith that things are going to change now. See beyond the illusions. This fox is going to be exposed with, the truth be told card that we had before. I really feel that. And about relationships, potentially. Maybe you've been very loyal and the truth comes out about someone, what they've been saying. These untruths that we had right at the beginning. But the truth will be told. So I'm going to finish there with this reading. I really hope this has brought you some clarity and insight and hope from these messages. A change is happening. Do you feel it? Let us know in the comments what you feel, what you've been through. We're all here to support each other. So please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for all your support and your views. Sending peace, love and light to you all.